Well, I'm going to begin, Mark, by asking why Hank Williams? What was it about his particular story that just appealed to you so much as a filmmaker?
I just think it's a fascinating life. I think that, this is a really, really young man who came at a time when most of the music and most of the art was took on slightly less provocative material. So to me, I just thought, besides the fact that I love country music and I grew up listening to it, I just was fascinated by what a brilliant writer I think Hank Williams was, and how much he had sort of changed the landscape from a literary standpoint. So that was really what was intriguing. Plus his youth, plus this life inside of show business, how demanding it really was, how unsettling it could be, how it tore apart relationships. I don't know. I love drama. It's a dirty word in Hollywood, a drama. Really what they want to hear about is comic books, of which Tom is familiar. But the fact of the matter is, it's the staple of all entertainment, and this was a really dramatic story to me.
And you mentioned the fact, obviously, Tom's being involved in the sort of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Does that quite excite you, knowing that, because he's got such a huge following, a real kind of cult following, in fact?
Yeah.
There might be people now coming to see this movie and learning about Hank that perhaps might not have originally, but because of sort of Tom Hiddleston's involvement.
Well, I mean, that's the hope. When I cast Tom, none of his big movies had come out. So I didn't know the impact. I didn't know Loki from, anything. I didn't know whether Avengers was going to be big or small, or what Thor or anything. And so, my instincts to cast him were based on just what I felt about him and as an actor in far smaller productions. And then sometimes things happen and that are out of your control, and you hope that they shine a light on the work. I mean, when you do something, look, I can't control how many people see a movie. You can't control any of that. And I'm really, I'm pretty comfortable with that. But would it be great if some younger people who think that country music is something they're not interested in, or that this is a character that they don't know anything about, come and see the movie and realize it's not really a movie about country music. It's really about young people, struggling with relationships and marriage and show business. And yeah, it'd be great. And I hope that they do. And also I hope, for the simple reason that Tom's magnificent in the film.
He's incredibly charming in real life, I know that much. I mean, what's he like to collaborate with? And I mean, you also have him singing in this film. Was that always the kind of decision right from the offset?
Always, right from the offset. But did I know he would be that good? Did I know that he could actually pull it off? It was a leap of faith. He didn't really know, He just knew he was willing to work really hard at it, and I was confident that he was talented enough to I told him from the beginning, you'll never sound exactly like Hank Williams, so don't try. Try to get as close to what you can. Let's make this a visceral experience, because I don't like lip syncing. As a collaborator, he's fantastic. He's a very, very bright guy and well-educated, understands drama, cares about drama, has had a lot of experience in really bringing powerful characters to life. I saw him at the Donmar, and when he did Coriolanus, another really complicated, character. He's drawn to that kind of material. He always has good ideas. He's a great partner. Yeah.
I was wondering as well, do you think that the sort of cradle to the grave biopic now is quite outdated? Do you think that people want to see sort of biopics that take sort of angle that I Saw the Light has taken it, similarly to what we saw with Selma or sort of Walk the Line? People, there's this kind of idea now, I think, when you're depicting the life of somebody, that perhaps less is sometimes more.
Well, it's interesting. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off because of the way some people want. They don't go to a movie or read a book with the idea to see what it is. They want to go in and have their expectations met, which I think is bull. And, there are people who really appreciated what I tried to do. And then there were people who wanted to see the cradle to the grave. They wanted to see, why didn't you show him as a little boy? Why don't you show him writing songs? Well, you know what? I never was going to show him as a little boy, because that wasn't my intention. Nor do I think you can explain genius. And I didn't try to explain genius. It's like I say to people, they said, well, will you never try to explain who Hank Williams is and why he began? I said, well, if you can explain why Bob Zimmerman from Hibbing, Minnesota is Bob Dylan, then I can explain Hank Williams. But I can't do that. So to me, I really just wanted to show this very condensed, intense period of his life, so that he was that would be a way to extrapolate who he was, without telling you all that, without showing him as a little boy with his nose pressed up against the glass, watching some African-American guy play the guitar and go, oh, he wants to be a great singer. Because I don't really know that even matters to me. So hopefully people want to see something different. That's why I made the movie the way I did.
I was wondering as well, in regards to kind of, there's pressure on filmmakers with every movie they kind of make, but is that even sort of intensified when you're dealing with somebody so revered, and still there's still people around that met him, and he's got kind of still sort of family members out there. You know?
I mean, you can worry about those things, or you can just say, hey, because no matter what you do, somebody's going to have an opinion that you did it wrong. So there's no one who did more extensive research on Hank Williams than I did. The book that I based it, roughly based it on, is the best piece of material. I read 35 books on Hank Williams. I've been a country music fan since I was, 8 years old. I know, pretty much as much about Hank Williams as anybody going to know, and the pressure was on. But, you can't. If you worry about that, you're stuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,